One step closer to martial law. Curfew reformed in Ohio, Philadelphia, and other cities. Second Esdras chapter 15, verse 17. A man should desire to go into a city and should not be able. For because of their pride, the city should be troubled, the houses should be destroyed, and men should be afraid. And man should have no pity upon his neighbor, but should destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Shalom Israel, Shalom Judah, Shalom, Shalom to the house of Israel, Yasharal, and the house of King David, Yahuda, Judah, the hopeful elect. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and glory and honor to the Most High, Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, and giving all glory and honor to the Son, Yeshua HaMashiach, Yasharal, Shaya HaMashiach, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai, who a lot of you call in the world Jesus Christ, the Messiah, the Son of Man, and giving all praise and glory and honor to the Holy Spirit, Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders, and much respect to you brothers that's doing the work with truth and sincerity, risking your lives and freedom to do so, pushing this gospel throughout the four corners of the earth, allowing the blind to see, the deaf to hear, and waking up the dead. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect that scatter out and abroad. Back at another lesson. The title of this lesson is One Step Closer to Martial Law, Curfew, Reform in Ohio, Philadelphia, and other cities. Okay, they bringing this thing in, the NWO, the Great Reset, their Enterprise, their MOTB, and martial law is here. A man should desire and go to a city and should not be able to. Why? Because of martial law. Okay, now, the city is troubled, okay? Crime is on an all-time high. These are the last days, perilous times. The evils are growing. France, economy just collapsed. Netherlands, economy collapsed. And other places, other countries throughout the world, economy is collapsing because they're bringing in the MOTB, okay? And they just launched the Fed now this month in July. So they're getting ready to wrap this thing up. And bring in the MOTB. The Agenda 2030, okay? The Agenda 2030, that's include with the MOTB, the smart cities, the population, cyber attacks, social media, the internet. All that's coming is going to be shut down, okay? The water, okay? So, there's been a lot of crime, carjacking, robberies, killings, home invasions, burglaries. So this is all order out of chaos. And the devil, the beast, Satan, Esau, Edom is very crafty. They ain't gonna just straight out tell you, why they reforming this curfew. But if you read between the signs, if you pay attention to the signs and measure the time diligently in itself, and you will know, okay? The Most High is bringing judgment, man, and His Son, his right hand, okay? These are the last days, all right? There'll be uproars in the world, earthquakes in diverse places. There will be sedition, okay? Man invading one another. A man, would be invading man, okay? So, we here, man. They getting ready to bring this thing in. And what they gonna do is, right now they starting this curfew thing because they getting ready to bring in the MOTB. And they about to remove this physical money. People about to lose it, man. People about to lose their mind, okay? Their money gonna be taken away. They taking away all physical cash, man. The U.S. petrodollar is gone, okay? So in a matter of weeks, they're going to implement and bring in the CBDC, the Fed now, and the CBDC, and Eventually, they're going to shut down the social media, the internet, but they got curfew now. So he's very crafty how he doing things. You know, he ain't going to straight out tell you. He'll give you a hint. He'll tell you, but then not tell you. He'll tell you, but not tell you. Okay? You got to have the spirit of the Most High. You got to be occupied in these in the word and these prophecies, you know, to be able to get it. All right? So the family of hearing the words of the Lord is approaching in the land. But the men ain't gonna be out too much longer, blowing the trumpet, sounding the alarm, warning the people, preaching this gospel, because the Lord is going to shut the mouths up of His servants, the prophets. But anyway, to make the long story short, we here. This is one step closer to martial law. This is one step closer to martial law. They're about to bring in martial law. And I'm going to read a little bit of this news article. It says, Newark police hope curfew enforcement curbs car thefts. Newark, Ohio. Car thefts continue to cause problems across the country, including in central Ohio, with the Newark Division of Police hoping strict enforcement of the curfew will help keep the thefts from happening. It's just one tool to try and combat the auto theft, Sergeant Chuck Weham said. Weham said the issue of cars being stolen isn't new to Newark, but there has been a noticeable increase recently. 17 vehicles have been stolen in the past month, according to Weham. 10 Kias, Hondia's curfew reform in Philadelphia. Curfew reform in Philadelphia and other cities. So, you know, they bringing this thing in, and we've been saying it. The men, we've been warning you, telling you that they was gonna come with the martial law. They was gonna shut this place down. Okay, curfew was coming. A man should desire. Going back to 2 Esdras chapter 15, verse 17. A man should desire to go into a city and should not be able. Why? Because of martial law. Armed guards, military men, troops, law enforcement, guarding city check line points and state line points. Okay, armed up from head to toe. You ain't gonna be able to get through. Now, unless you got the MOTB, you know, where they able to keep track of you. Okay, they got you under surveillance. But other than that, you ain't gonna be able to pass through. All right. So they getting ready to bring in the MOTB, the maggot on the brain. You know, the MOTB pertaining to Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 down to 18. All right. So, 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11, lest Satan should get advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And we're not ignorant of his devices, okay? We seeing what they did, where they going with this curfew thing. This is one step closer to martial law. And they bringing in a new world order, okay? They bringing in a new world order. They enterprise, and they're going to lock this place down, man, okay? And when you when they shut everything down, the social media, the internet, and you being locked down, curfew, no telling how long they're gonna lock you down. But when they get everything set up, okay, they B system and everything. When they reset their system, then when you come out, everything is going to change. Everything is going to be different. It's going to be digital, cashless, and it's going to be linked to the B system. It's going to be the MOTB system, the Great Reset, the NWO. Okay? So, like, excuse me, and they're going to have smart cities too. Okay, the smart cities. That's pertaining to 2 Esdras chapter 15, verse 17 too. A man should desire to go into a city and should not be able, for because of their pride, the city should be troubled, the houses should be destroyed, and men should be afraid. Okay, because of martial law. All right. So all these people gonna be coming to your door eventually. You know, when all hell break loose, you're going to have the criminals, the killers, the pookies and ray-rays, the pimps, the hustlers. Not to mention, you're going to have the troops. You're going to have the military, the martial law guards. They all going to be coming, man. So you ain't going to even be safe at your own home. So these are the times we living in. Jacob's trouble. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7, the last for that day is grace, so that none is like it. It's even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he should be saved out of it. The men of the Lord, the elect of the 12 tribes, starting with the 144,000. The Israelites. Okay? This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, verse 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they should take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. Okay? That idol, the booyah, the fair noun, the CBDC, central bank digital currency, blockchain tracking device. You ain't gonna have no privacy, no freedom to buy or sell. And the last final stage of the mark is the RFID microchip. Okay? Implanted, inserted in your hand or the neural links in your forehead. It's an idol, all concoction. That poison, that idol that's in that chip. Okay? And it says, and they that consented to them should be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. Now, some are already consented and compromised and took the booyah for their jobs, their careers, to travel, to go overseas. Even some of you passport bros and got the booyah to travel, to go overseas in certain countries. Because certain countries, you got to have the jab. They don't just want you to have the testing. You got to have the jab. But anyway, to make the long story short, a lot of you already consented and already gave in to the beast by taking the booyah. And there's different variants of the beast. And that's part of the beast, the booyah, because what it got in it, the concoction, the idol, RNA, Luciferus, and nanotechnology. But anyway, to make the long story short, let's go to 2nd Esdras chapter 16, verse 70. For they should be in every place. Listen, for there should be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. So there's going to be a great insurrection upon those who fear the Lord. Okay? The elect. So a great insurrection is coming to the cities near you. Okay? We got lockdowns. We got curfew, martial law. All right? And then you got the wicked. Okay? These military coming and spoiling your goods, man. But it's still going to be the elect, those who fear the Lord. It says, for they should be in every place in the next cities, and great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They should be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. They're going to be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those who fear the Lord. That's the elect. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. That's coming. These military, these troops, these criminals, these thugs, these killers, these serial killers, these pookies and ray-rays going to be coming in your house. Okay? For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then should they be known who are my chosen, and they should be tried as the gold in the fire. Okay? That's the elect. Going into Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8 and 9. 9. Okay, he's going to bring the third through the fire and try them as gold is tried. And roughly I'm paraphrasing. Zechariah chapter 13, verse 9. Zechariah chapter 13, verse 9. Okay? It says, then should they be known who are my chosen, and they should be tried as the gold in the fire. Yep. Here are ye, my beloved, saith the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. So the days of trouble are at hand, but he will deliver you from the same. That's the righteous, the elect saints of the Most High, of the 12 tribes of Israel. Starting with the 144,000, the elect, the remnant, the meek. Okay? So going back to this, I don't want to be too long. Going back, so yeah, smart cities, the agenda, and the MOTB, the population control. All right. That being said, I'd like to give all praise and glory and honor to the Most High, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit of Kakadash.